Good morning, it's Barry Coombs from Computer World and Define Tomorrow. I'm here just before the start of really the first day, Tuesday of VMworld. I've been reflecting a little bit on my first day, Monday, and a lot of my thoughts around day one around EUC, around workspace transformation. I was lucky enough to be able to introduce some of my customers to Shawn Bass, CTO of End User Computing at VMware. And from my perspective, there are so many different things going on at the moment, and there's a couple of things that Shawn said that have really resonated with me. The first is, I think 50% of your users are most probably not working on your LAN, at least the majority of the time. So what we really need to do is stop and think the way that we're kind of enabling users, the way that we are managing, updating, if we're using maybe legacy technologies like SCCM, how have we architected those applications to allow us to manage those users even though they're not on your LAN? And second of all, users on average take their mobile phone out of their pocket about 200 times a day for these kind of micro segments of productivity. So what does your strategy do for them that allows them to actually be productive in those environments? And I suppose there's a number of things that we can consider when we're talking about those. The first is a lot of people at the moment, when it comes to end user computing, workspace transformation, are looking at Windows 10 migrations, getting from Windows 7 to Windows 10, because that's what the business is telling them to do, that's what Microsoft's telling them to do due to the end of life of Windows 7. But actually, what does that achieve for you? What does that achieve for your users? Is that the end goal? Windows 10 is really designed to be managed in a completely different way to Windows 7. So moving forward to a cloud-managed solution, a modern management-based solution, really should be your end goal. By all means, get to Windows 10 first. Use those legacy tools to help you on that journey, but then let's make that next step to be managing the device from the cloud. So no matter whether they are on the LAN or whether they are outside, you can still manage that, you can still secure that, you can still update it, and the user can still be enabled. I've kind of got this thing at the moment that I really feel that the LAN is a completely out-of-date concept for most organisations, not all. Why have we kind of got this area of our network where all devices are trusted, where they can talk to each other? This is how ransomware spreads between one device and another. I think it's really time to get rid of the LAN for most devices and have a no-trust approach from a networking perspective. And then the second one around the productivity, about these micro segments of productivity. Shawn was talking about how they're implementing mobile flows inside the Boxer application. So when you're going through your emails, if there is an expenses to approve, if there is holiday to approve, if there is any kind of micro approval or micro acceptance that you can build into that, VMware now have the API in the Boxer application that allows you to do that directly inside the email. So rather than having to click a link, go into Safari, log into the website, go and approve that expense report, you can do that directly from the Boxer application. So I think us as IT managers, IT architects really need to be thinking in a different way. We need to be thinking about the user. We need to think about how the user wants to work and really enable them. I'm really looking forward to understanding more around mobile flows and how VMware are implementing that in more places than just Boxer, how we can automate that more and how we can enable the user at VMworld. So head over to definetomorrow.co.uk if you'd like to understand what myself and the other Computer World attendees think about VMworld, what we're learning, and you can follow me on Twitter at VirtualizeReal.